Hello, welcome to VR English. This is MJ. Join me today in learning English. Today's target is the past progressive tense. It is also known as the past continuous tense. We use the past progressive tense when we refer to an ongoing action in the past. First, when we want to say that there was an ongoing action when another action occurred. For example, I was doing my homework when my sister arrived home. Second, when we want to say that an ongoing action in the past was interrupted. For example, I was doing my homework when you called me. Third, when we want to say that two actions were ongoing at the same time. For example, I was doing my homework while Mom was preparing dinner. As you noticed, the first and the second situations are followed by clauses in the simple past tense. Let's check why and see the difference between the simple past tense and the past progressive tense. In the sentence, I was doing my homework when you called me. Let's say the call was made at 8 p.m. So both the speaker and the listener are thinking about the same period of time, 8 p.m. But in that case, the listener doesn't have any idea when the speaker started doing his or her homework. So as you can see, we use the simple past tense when we refer to a completed action and when we want to have a clearer point of time in the past. Whereas we use the past progressive tense not mainly focusing on the time the action started happening, but more on what happened while or when the action was taking place. Let's have a simpler example. I slept at 11 last night. I was sleeping at 11 last night. In the first sentence, the speaker started sleeping at 11 or is already asleep at 11. So we have a clearer point of time in the past. Whereas the second sentence tells us the speaker was already in the middle of sleeping at 11 p.m. Just a reminder, we don't need to use time expressions in the past progressive tense, but if you feel like you have to, you can make use of the past time expressions like yesterday, last night, last week, and so on. Another thing, using the conjunctions while and when is ideal, especially when there are two actions mentioned in a sentence. So now, let's have the past progressive form. We do the same thing as the present progressive tense. So that's be verb followed by the ing form of the verb. Only that this time, we need to have the past tense or past form of the be verbs. So that's was for is and am, and then were for are. Some examples are he, she, it, I, and then was working, for example. Another, we can say you, we, were working. So to make the negative form, you only have to write or put the negative word not in between the be verb and the ing form of the verb. So it's as simple as that. Well, that's all for today. Thank you and see you in the next video.